Good morning and sliding in afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allen here in San Antonio, Texas. So, whoop whoop, we finally got some true fall weather. We're in the 58-degree weather, so it feels very nice. So, today we're making an alternative, and I'm going to show you how to do a reverse image with the stamps. And we're just going to make an alternative from this kit, from the paper pumpkin kit. All right, so let's go down the hands and let's do this, right? Yes, this is live, right? This is live. People are in the house. I'm not the Lone Ranger. So here are the alternatives that we've already made, and we have the originals that we had made. So this is what we made last week. This is what we made when Nana and Zoe were live. Zoe's supposed to be here today, but they're running late. So, all right, so let's put this aside. We're first going to get some assembling done, and then we're going to show you the reverse imaging, okay? So the first thing here is that we're going to do sort of similar to what we did last week. All I did is I took the envelope, I cut the edges off, and cut the other side down to a 4 by 5 1/4 that we're going to put right here, okay? But first, I'm going to go ahead and get this image on here, and that way I can trim it off if I need to trim anything off. So, I'm just going to use my adhesive instead of glue dots. And yes, I just left the adhesive, so you can see the adhesive is still there. That's on the envelope. I didn't take it off because it's not going to matter, right? If I'm just going to adhere this to this here and put it to the front of the card, there's no need for me to sit there and have to do that. Now, if you want to lick it and put it down, that's up to you. I'm not. But I'm just going to come to the edge right here. I'm centering it, so I'm making it come to the edge. Now, so when I did the envelope, right, we sized it down to 4 by 5 1/4. So if you don't remember that, let me write that down. It was to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay? We're using some cardstock in the base for the cardstock is, it's an 8.5 by 5.5, and we just fold it in half to get our card base, okay? So that's what we have here. I'm using the same thing I did last week, and we're just folding it off. Hello, Jennifer. So some people got off today because it's Veterans Day, right? So it's a great time to celebrate. So my son is a veteran. My grandson is a veteran. My husband is a veteran. So there you go. A lot of things to celebrate, and there's many more people out there, right? Okay, so I've gone ahead and do this here. And I have a little bit of white showing. If that bothers you, just trim it off, okay? It's not going to bother me, but it might bother me a little bit when I see it there. Okay, so all I'm going to do then is I'm just going to take my scissors. I didn't think it was going to bother me, but it's going to bother me now that I'm talking to you about it. It didn't bother me before, but it's bothering me now. So there. I reserve the right to change my mind, right? Okay. Put that aside over there. Okay. Then I'm just going to put this down right now, right here. Same thing with the adhesive. And then I'm going to show you the reverse, how to do reverse stamping from the kits. Well, from any of it, right? So any image. So the one I'm going to do is a bear. And I'm going to do a reverse image, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this right here. Put it right there, okay? Now let's do that reverse image. I've already got the bear teed up. And just like I used the envelope here, I just used the envelope that I've got here. And the secret to this is going to be that you're going to need a silicone mat. Now, I don't know if it'll work on any and every silicone mat. You'd have to try. This is a Stampin' Up! Silicone mat. So what we're going to do here is you're just going to take your regular ink. So I've got my Memento Black. And this is really way too cool. So I'm going to take my stamp. So see my stamp here? So I'm just going to ink it up. And instead of stamping on paper, I'm going to stamp on this silicone mat. And I'm just going to stamp and lift it off. I think you can see the image there. And I found it was much easier. It came out much better if I would take this and do it like this. And looky there, I've got my reverse bear. So here is the bear that if you stamp it out, I'm going to show you. If you stamped out the bear on a regular paper, this is what it would look like. I reversed it by putting it on here. See if I still got ink on there. There's still a little bit of image there, so you want to be sure to clean that off. But see here, I've just reversed the image. That's how easy it was to do. Isn't that cool? I like that. I like that. So I'll be doing that more of that, right? And this really comes in handy because we're doing cards for kids in the hospital tomorrow. And it's just a great way to sit up there and do some reverse imaging. And you're going to see what it matters, right? Because I'm fixing to show you what we're going to do. You're going to see what it matters. See if I can get it off right here. Can't get it all off there, but I can go downstairs with my cloth because I've done it with just a rag and I wiped it off and it came on real easy. You will have to fussy cut, right? But I had to fussy cut this as well too. So let me show you what we're going to do with the tag. I've already got some cut out, so just let you know I've already done several. So this guy, this bear stamped this way. Here's that stamp. Here's the reverse image. Did it just like I just showed you. You see that I did this right here like this. And then I have the little baby bear that I did as well. Some other things I've got that we're going to add on. I've stamped out some scarves and hats for the bear. That comes with the very cute bear set, not this. And then I've stamped off one color here. That's the solid. And then here's the second stamp off that looks like you got two different colors, but it's just a second stamp off, right? So when we go and do this is going to be my tag. And it's going to have Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and work and stamp this, and then we can position around this the way we want it, right? Or we can move the I did Happy Holidays. I'm not doing Happy Holidays. I'm doing Merry Christmas. All right, let me get Merry Christmas. I mean, Happy Holidays is nice, don't get me wrong. I just usually do everything that I usually send out is Merry Christmas. So as I'm making these live for you, and this is a live class, right? No. So, I mean, either you may get the card, or I'm sending them out as Christmas cards, right? So everything I ever make, I either have it in mind for somebody, or something I'm going to use. So in this particular case, you know what, it may go out to the kids for the hospital, because we're going to do that tomorrow, so I could just add this to that as well, too. So we might want to throw in some Happy Holidays there. But that wasn't my goal, all right? So I'm just going to go ahead and get this brown right here. The dimensionals came with the kit, so I'm going to go ahead and get that on here. And so for me, I'm just going to show you, right? Just going to show you. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. After I just told you that, let me put that right back. That'll stick right back on there. Okay, so for me, well, that's true. I'm just doing it on this white thing. All right, sorry about that. You've got to forgive this Nana. This Nana has had a sinus headache since she woke up. I took something for it, right? And I still have the sinus headache. Then I'll take something else again, right? It just hasn't gone away. It's been a little bit better. And I will say, with the cooler weather and opening windows, that did help some. But overall. All right, so I can move this any way I want. So what's cute with this is, I think, is that let's add some bears, right? So if I have this one here, and I have the little baby bear too. So you'll have to tell me which you like the most. I think I'm going to make, what I actually planned on doing was making two, right? So one of the ones I had done earlier is I actually had just done some like this. So you could easily do it this way. So the nice thing about adding adorables, because these bears are really cute, and is that you can move them around any way you want. And I think this guy is really cute too, right? So it's just adding a little personality, right? So I am just going to go ahead and center this. And I'm just going to put it down like right here, because it's already got height to it from the dimensionals. So I'm just going to put Merry Christmas right here. I'm just going to center it just like I did last week. But I'm going to add these cute adorables, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add this one right here. And it's okay. I'm okay with it crossing over, right? Because it's not going to matter. It's not going to hurt anything. That just gives it that 3D imaging. That makes it also nice and different. And then we can add some scarves. So we can actually add, so I thought we would just add, so we put the bear here, right? Looks really nice against the blue. And we're going to take the little bitty one, and we're going to add the little bitty one here too. But he's a little bit more challenging, right? Because he's short and small. I wasn't going to do it up there, but let's do it down here because he is way too cute. He or she, right? Doesn't matter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually double stack this. And you can double stack. And then double stacking is no more than taking a dimensional like I'm doing right now, and we're just going to stick them together so we get a little bit of height. All right? So we're getting some extra height in this. It'll still fit in the envelope. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I want this little guy to be above what we did right here. I want everybody to be able to see that little bear. See how that just stands just like that? If I double stacked, we'll see it a little bit better. Okay, so now I have a scarf that we're going to put in the bear here. See how that matches? And this one I'm just going to use with adhesive. I'm going to use the glue dot would work too. Let me see if I can, okay, let me just get the glue dot. That's not coming out, that's too small of a piece. So the silicone mat normally I use to sit there if I'm just creating and I'm not doing live. I usually put my silicone mat, if I remember, underneath whatever I'm using adhesive on, right? So that if I mess up, especially with glue, that if I mess up, it's going to go onto the silicone mat. And that's just a nice way to do it. So, there you go. There we go here. And then I'm just going to come and do it right here. Okay? And see, so I've left it here so you can see that it still has a dimension there. And the little hat I'm actually going to put on the little bear. So again, we're just going to use a glue dot. That's the simplest. I really, really, really like that reverse stamping to see if I can get your reverse image. That's so easy and nice. And so I'm just going to put this right here on this little guy here. Oop, didn't stick. Didn't get the edge. Let's see here. We'll just roll it down. Thought I had it on the edge, but I didn't. So we'll just roll it down. Now keep on rolling it down. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and I got it right there. Now, if you thought that was too big, then I would just trim. And what I would do is if you didn't like that and you thought it was too big and for the little guy, then let's just trim it, right? So all you gotta do, and we'll just go ahead and do that because we can. Because he's got a smaller head than the big guys, right? So let's just go ahead and do that. I'll take the dot I just did on here off. Oop, lost the hat. Same thing, because we gotta have something to stick it on, right? Okay, so we just made it a little bit smaller because the little guy's got a smaller head. See if I can get it to stick on there. If not, you might not get a hat, right? Let's see. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to the weekend, right? Because Zoe's going to be here and we're making cards for kids in the hospital. That's something that's really passionate on my heart. There we go. And see, we just sat there and did that. Now, we could, if you want to do the scarf, you could do the same thing. I have another scarf, but I have to cut it out. So if you wanted to do this other scarf, I do the same thing, right? It's no different than if you're making kids' clothing or anything else, right? Or you're... Well, yeah, I think whether it's kids' clothing, whether you crochet or whatever, or sew, knit, doesn't matter, right? So we always make adjustments of sizes smaller, right? And the same thing for people. If we got people that have a smaller size versus a large size, we always adjust patterns. So we could do the same thing here and give this little guy a scarf around the neck. Let's see if we can do that. See how it's gonna look. I like the hat, right? So what you doing today? What's the weather like in your area? Because it's nice here. Okay, now see that? See how big that is? So this is what I would do. I would just come around, let's trim it and see how it's gonna look. I would trim it around this way, right? So if you've ever altered patterns, it's sort of the same thing. Except we're just altering based on the bear here. Okay, and then we're just going to shorten it, right? I'm just going to shorten it. And you just keep on doing it until you get it the way you want it. Alright, see how that is right there? That's just real easy to do. And since I didn't like the glue dots too much, I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. Now, if I wanted to come out just like it did for the adult bear, let me hold this right here. I would just snip this just up here a little bit more. You know, just so that if you sit there and you wanted to sit there and flip it up like that is on the bigger bear, it will be. Right? Because if you're outside in the snow, if you got snow, we don't have snow, but if you were outside, right, and it's cooler, let me get my glue coming, oh, there it goes. And it's cooler, right? You're gonna have a scarf. So right now, I don't know if it's cool enough for me to have a scarf, but it's definitely cool enough for me to wear long sleeves. So there, and I'm just gonna put this right here. All right, so there you go. Just very easy to do, and it's very simple. So there's no reason why you can't create and give. So just let me know what you think about that, right? So the other one I thought would be really cute, I haven't done yet, but we're not going to do it next week. Next week we're going to do a 3D project. We're actually going to make a little village, right? So that would be fun. So what we did here is we could have easily put in here some of the dogs. We have a dog punch. We also have the penguins that are really cute. So I'll make one with the penguins because I want to have that example for tomorrow with the kids in the hospital. When we make the cards for the kids in the hospital, and that way you can see what it looks like. But it's just, you can add just cute little adorables. I think of that cute adorable owl. We also have a cute adorable little elephant, right? Any of those things goes really well with something like this. So be blessed. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, be sure to follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. And we post our pictures on Instagram. And I just recently started putting the projects on my Stampin' Up! Website page under projects. So I've got them out there too as well. So I'm putting out there everything that I've used so you know what I did. And if you want to recreate it, it tells you how to recreate it. All right? With that, be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week with Teach Me Nana. But go out there, create, share, and give. And if you're here in San Antonio, feel free to come join us tomorrow at Independent Hill on Blanco Road. No, it's not Blanco Road. It's Huebner Road, where we'll be making cards for kids in the hospital. The goal is to get 300 of them out in the mail on November the 20th. All right? Be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.